I'm bringing you along with me today to make something out of my Volume 1 cookbook. It's called chicken pie. It's like a homemade chicken pie that is easy, and I don't know that I have made this one for you. I know I've made a chicken cobbler, but I don't think I've made this, and it's been a while since I've made it for Harold and me, and it's so easy and it's so good. So let me tell you what I've already done. This morning I put 4 boneless chicken breasts in my boiler and covered them with water and cooked them until they're tender. Maybe 45 minutes to an hour, I don't know. It's just when you can stick a fork in and you know that they're tender. And then I reserved 2 cups of the broth. The chicken, after I took the chicken out of it to let it cool so I can chop it. And then I have put 2 cups of the broth back in here, and I peeled and sliced 2 carrots. Now I'm bringing this broth to a boil. Let me see if I can move you around so you can see. I think you might can right there. And you can see it hasn't come to a boil yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this in because the carrots are gonna take longer to for them to get tender. I'm just gonna cook them for just a few minutes, and in the meantime I am going to peel and chop 4 potatoes, 2 of the ribs of celery, and 1 small onion. And then I'll be back and we'll add this. We'll add the celery, potatoes, and onion to this and cook it all until it's tender. Okay, my carrots have cooked about 8 minutes and they're tender. So I have chopped 4 potatoes, 2 ribs of celery, and right now I've just put a half of an onion. And I am going to add this. And just cook it until it's tender. And while that's cooking till it's tender, I am going to chop my chicken, and then I'll be back for us to add the rest of the ingredients. The directions say to cook this until the vegetables are tender but not overcooked, because we're going to cook them in the oven. So I am now going to add the rest of the ingredients. So let me turn you so you can see me do this. I'm going to add 1 can of cream of celery soup. Okay. 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Stir that in. Okay, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. Stir that. One can, this is a 15-ounce can of the sweet English peas, and I drained them. Now, somebody's going to say, do you have to put the peas? No, you don't. Make it to your liking. And then here's the chicken breast that I chopped. That was perfect timing. My oven just preheated. I preheated it to 350 degrees, and then I will be back. We're ready to put this together. I have taken a 9x13 Pyrex dish, and I have sprayed it with cooking spray. And now I'm just going to pour mixture in. It smells so good, and it is good. Okay. And then for the top, in the past, I took a can of crescent rolls and just spread it out on top. I have never bought the crescent dough sheet, but I did this time, and I thought, I'm gonna see. And I believe it's gonna be fine. You know, I always, with the crescent rolls, I used to have to press the edges together. So I'm hoping that this is just going to be a lot less trouble. And I think it is. Look at there. Okay. We're just going to spread this out. Can you see? I think you can. Okay. And I'll get my little rag right here. I have melted a half a stick of butter. It's still hot, and I'm just gonna spread it on top. I think this is gonna work better than the crescent rolls. There's one little hole right there. Because you don't have to press those little triangles together. We're gonna have this and a salad. We've got a whole meal in here. You have your vegetables and your meat and your bread. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and it says to cook it for 30 minutes or until golden brown. The chicken pie cooked 30 minutes exactly. And look what a golden crust is on there. I've let it sit for about 25 minutes. And we're gonna plate some of it. Oh my goodness. That is just about perfect. Let me taste it because you're gonna want me to. And I hope I've let it cool enough. It's delicious, y'all. We're gonna have chicken pie. You know, you could call it chicken pot pie, but it's in a pan. Remember that it is in my Volume 1 cookbook. It's on page 28. Now, I had someone ask me, which is your favorite cookbook? I have 4. I have favorite recipes in each of the 4. But if I could only have one cookbook, it would be volume 1. And you ask me every time, how do I order? Go to MamaSue'sSouthernKitchen.com and there will be an area that shows you how to order the cookbook. Thank you for joining me, and I'm about to eat some chicken pie, and we'll be back soon.